Hey girl, you showed up today and I'm so here for it. My name is Makashi, your sis in faith, boldness, and all things dear shy girl. This is the space where God gets the glory and you live and I also live here every single week feeling seen, fired up, and ready to move. Welcome to Dear Shy Girl podcast. Let's go. On this episode, I want to give you something really practical, an action plan for your next chapter, because I know what it feels like to have a vision, feel the pull, and still not move. Not because you don't want to, but because fear got there first. So I'm going to share with you 5 ways God pushed me to show up even when I was terrified, even when I wasn't ready. And I want you to walk away from this episode with something to actually do, not just something to feel, but something to do. So stay with me. So, first, can I be honest with you? Honestly, I have restarted this whole content creation and coaching journey like 4 to 5 times. And 4 to 5 times I said yes to God, got excited, started moving, and then fear showed up and I shrunk back again. I deleted, I started over, I hid myself for a long time. I thought something was wrong with me. Maybe I'm not just cut out for this. Maybe God chose the wrong girl. Maybe I should just stay quiet. But here is what I know now. Every single restart was God being patient with me, not giving up on me, but building something in me that fear kept trying to cancel. And trust me, if you are in your restart season right now, I want you to hear this clearly. Restarting is not a red flag. It is not failure. It is not disqualification. It might be just God saying, not yet, but soon, but keep going. So let me share with you 5 ways that God guided me and pushed me to keep going and start even before I was ready on my journey so far. Number one, He let me restart as many times as I needed. I used to be so ashamed of my many restarts, but God never for once made me feel like restarting disqualified me. He just kept the door open. The vision is still valid, God is still there, and you haven't missed your moment. So, your action step for today is write down the vision God gave you, the original one, before fear edited it, not the watered down version, the real one. Put it somewhere where you see daily. I always use an app called OneNote, and I'll have a whole episode of other things that I use to keep myself going. Number two, God taught me the difference between rebranding and revival. Honestly, this was life changing for me. I kept thinking I needed a rebrand, a new name, a new look, a new strategy. But God told me earlier this year that you don't need a rebrand. You actually need a revival of your faith, a revival of your confidence in Him, a revival of who He told you that you are, a revival of your mind, your space, and your body. And that changed everything because I stopped trying to fix the outside and started letting God to rebuild me from inside out. So, I'm going to tell you and ask you this question honestly today. I want you to ask yourself this: am I rebranding or reviving? One of it comes from fear, and the other comes from faith. So today, sit with God and ask Him, which one do you actually need right now? Do you need a rebrand or do you need a revival in your life, in your journey, in your goals? Number three, God met me in worship and stillness. Surrendering for me was not one dramatic moment. It was a decision I walked out slowly through worship, through stillness, through sitting with God and honestly saying, God, I don't have it together. I am scared, but I trust you more than I trust my fears. And something shifted every time, and it's still shifting every time I get still and choose stillness over striving. And so this is your action step for number 3. I want you, before you open your laptop this week, before you plan your next move, before you do anything, spend about 10 minutes in worship and stillness and prayer and just be with God. Just you and God, no agenda. And I trust that He will meet you right where you are. Number 4, He gave me permission to be seen unfinished. I did not want to be seen as someone who didn't have it all together. I struggled with that for a long time. Perfection. But God showed me the woman with the issue of blood showed up unfinished. She showed up as herself. Esther showed up scared. David showed up as the least likely one, and God used every single one of them right in the middle of their unfinished self. So, my dear, you do not need to be finished to be used. You do not need to be perfect to be used. God can use you as you are right now, right here. So this is your action step. Identify one thing that has been holding you back that you need to do today, and don't wait to be ready. You can start unfinished. It can be one post, that one conversation, that one step. Do it this week unfinished. Show up anyways, even if you feel the fear. Number 5, He told me He wants to build with me and for me. With me and for me. In the middle of all my restarting, fear, and hiding, God said, I really want to build with you and for you, not despite you, not around you, with you and for you. And He gave me 3 words that became my foundation: obedience, surrender, and revival. We talked about revival on number 4. Not a perfect plan, not a polished strategy. Those 3 words are what I live by every day. And so if you want God to help you as He's helped me, I want you to think about this. He's doing it for you and with you. Your action step is, what does obedience look like for you today? What does surrender look like for you today? What does revival look like for you today? If you have 3 other words that you want to use every morning, ask yourself if you're working in those 3 words that you have set out for yourself with God, and God is working with you on. And so this is your action plan in full as a summary. Number 1, write the original vision down. Put it somewhere where you can see it. Number 2, ask God honestly, is it rebrand or is it revival? Number 3, take 10 minutes of worship and stillness before you make your next move. Number 4, show up for one thing this week that you feel unfinished and you're doing it anyways. Number 5, choose your 3 words that you walk with God. It can be obedience like mine, surrender, and revival, and live by it every single day. This is your next chapter, and it's starting right now. Not when you feel ready, not when the fear is gone, but now. Because the calling that God put on your life, the vision He gave you is still there. You might need a rebrand. You might need a revival. If it's a revival, I want you to know that the first step is surrender. I put together a roadmap for your next chapter, which is more like a North Star guide for you and I, and it's in the description. It's completely free. It has reflective questions, it has checklists and declarations to help you find your signal and your next chapter. It's completely free, and I want you to download it and save it and return to it whenever you feel like, because your next chapter is not far away. It starts today and it's still ahead of you. I want you to know that I love you so much as I end this episode today, but God loves you much more. And I want you to remember that God really, really got you. He got you more than you can imagine. I just need you to start acting like it. I'll see you in the next one.